Oh, all right, everybody. YouTube has changed me. It has. Hey, it's not what you think. Welcome back to JT Vlogs. I'm JT. It's lovely to have you on channel. Before we continue, please make sure you subscribed and hit that like button. In fact, this is the one that you're gonna have to help me out with and give me a hype. Oh, give me a hype. How weird does that sound? Give me a hype. Unbelievable, innit? Hey, you don't ask, you don't get, I've been told. Fair enough. Thanks everybody for clicking. YouTube has changed me. When I first started doing this, it were all about looking at trying to get monetized. I made a video, a vlog if you like, a few weeks back now, when I did monetization, and how monetization made me feel. And it felt like a milestone. If you've not seen that video, give it a check out, because you might see something that interests you, especially if you're a small channel or you've never done YouTube before. Check it out. So moving on from that, and this is kind of like a spiritual sequel if you like, is how it's made me feel doing YouTube. I first did it and thinking about if I could get someone to even look at these videos, and then I started looking at statistics. YouTube Studio is an app that most people that have started YouTube will know a little bit about it. I hadn't a clue still, but you end up checking it. Has this one been all right? Have I got, you know, has it performed? Has anybody watched it? Has anybody watching this? Drop me a comment if you're watching this and then just let me know how far you got on with this one, because as well as the introduction to this video, this is the one probably that we're never going to get made this week, because I've had some real challenges, real life challenges if you like, so we'll talk about that as well. And it's also about how YouTube is changing me, or has changed me, compared to where I were and compared to how I used to feel, and some of the things I've had and experienced. For example, I'll be talking about later on, I'm actually just down road from me now, so I'm not going to cheat and say I'm miles away. I'm actually just down road where I can walk alongside the river, and I've already seen some lovely nature and people out. It's Sunday morning. I'm trying to get this done for Sunday night. This is a window of opportunity that I've had to get and I've had to grasp, and I'm running with it. So if it comes out a bit choppy and a bit, you'll know why, because I've got to get this uploaded, and I've got to get it uploaded today. Oh, if it's Monday and you're watching it and I didn't make Sunday's deadline, my apologies. I'll explain what sort of week I've had as well, if you're interested. If you're not, just fast forward that bit. I can only be honest. Yeah, so how it's made me feel compared to, you start thinking back in your life as well. And it has changed me. Because there was a time, you know, and I'll just be sort of honest here, where I did have an opportunity. Hey, I'll cover it. So a missed opportunity, some people might say. We did have, me and my friend did have a number one single in a chart in music industry. Music. I can't even play a bleeding instrument, but that was crazy, and that did happen, and I'll go back to that as well. And also a significant time in my life where in my late 20s I had to go back to school. Hey, it's a bad do that. Going back to school in my late 20s for something specific. I'll tell you more about it as we get along. But yeah, I just thought I'd explain why I'm against the clock, so we need to continue. I'm just gonna have a look at this water, it's beautiful. Let me spin my camera around. Oh, Mr. Swan. Hey, look at this. There's joggers out, there's walkers out with the dogs, there's mountain bikers. And look at this. What a lovely little setting just at the bottom of my road. Two absolutely stunning birds. Have I just had a poo? Fair enough. Sorry if I interfered, Mr. Swan, for your Sunday morning sit down. There's not worse than getting disturbed with that, is there? Bloody hell. Oh, look at this. Hey, what's he doing? Creepy skull. It's not a creepy one, this one. We're not doing creepy today. No. So it's important to tell you, when I say changes, it's not like a dramatic shift. Although drama is in it somewhere. It's not mega dramatic, you know, a reflection moment like self-help and boom, you know, it's changed my life. Oh, hey, I can do this, I can do that. No, what I mean is, when it's how it's changed me, this is the first bit I need to get across, is I wouldn't pick up a camera and go out somewhere new unless I were vlogging, would I? So already you can see it gives you a bit more, what we're saying here, drive. It gives me a bit of drive to go out. And it's not easy, and you'll know that. People will know that. You know, it might be easy to you, because we're all different. But what I mean is, you get a bit more confident as you go. I think that's repetition, practice, and just exposing yourself there, not that way. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's just about getting out, and opportunities that I've had before to get out, I've not really had a reason to. You know what I mean? All right. So yeah, it's purposeful. And I like that. I do like it. What if I'm going at the wrong path here? I think I know where this ends up. A bit like this vlog. There's a point to it, and we'll get there. Cheers, no worries. Yeah, there were a period in my life, I hadn't dropped that, and I ain't got time to pick it up. Well, I might pick it up way back and put it in bin. Yeah, there were a period in my life where I'd lost my way, I'd lost my scent a bit. And it's funny if you go through that, which I'm sure many of you have. I'm not unique, like I've said before. You don't realise when you're in that circle of losing yourself, how much you've kind of lost your track, lost your way, and almost like lost who you are. Yeah, we had an house fire, and everybody escaped. I've said it before on my video. There's no need to go into too much detail, but we were all okay after. But in that moment then, fighting with insurance company and everything else that you have to do to go through is a nightmare. I'll tell you what, one thing were, listing everything that you've lost. All your little trinkets and you I wouldn't say crap, but everybody's got one of them drawers, haven't they? Have you got a drawer where there's all stuff in that, I bet you any money, if you have, you couldn't list all them bits, could you? But they're important, aren't they? Like cables and stuff. VHS recorder bits, and I know not everybody's still got a VHS, but I'm a bit weird like that. A Betamax control, some pens, a few stickers. Hey, when we lost everything in fire, of course, luckily we were insured, but it's trying to remember what little physical things that you've lost. But in that moment, it's not all about what you've lost and writing everything down, although that's a big part of it. You realise that, well, I didn't realise at the time, and that's the problem, I think. This is what I'm trying to sort of spit out. I didn't realise that I'd lost a lot because my focus were purely on dealing with a disaster, if you like. And trying to go to work through that, yeah, I had a breakdown because I couldn't do it. I'll be honest. I couldn't fight insurance company. I couldn't keep my family well and safe, and still do my job at time. I thought I could, and I ended up letting everybody down and having a nervous breakdown. And I can talk about it, you know. I can reflect on it now and looking back, and you know, I've had therapy and stuff about it, and I've spoke to you before. But then shortly after that, this is not a sympathy vlog. This isn't a sympathy vlog. I'm not. Please don't take it that way. You know, I beg you not to, because everybody's had struggles, haven't they, in life. But what I'm trying to say is, at that moment, it were a tricky spot. Yeah, and also in that moment, shortly after I started with psoriasis, and that took over, and that was one of the main reasons that I started vlogging after all that, is because I'm not a guru. I'm a small channel and just a normal guy in Yorkshire. But my thought were, when I started YouTube, could I share any experience? Could I help anybody? And also, could I put it out there so I could look back on a diary and think, yeah, you've categorised this pretty all right, and you can look back on it and maybe one day see how far I've come. I don't know. You know, I'm only saying from art. And that's kind of like why I started it. And feeling that low in my life when that pain kicks in with psoriasis and arthritis, because my psoriasis developed from psoriatic psoriasis on your hands and stuff, and your eyes and everywhere else, to your joints, and started breaking down my bones. If anybody's had it, again, I'm not exclusive, it's not a sympathy vlog, but when you're in high pain all the time and you've just dealt with one of the most stressful situations in your life, it's pretty much, looking back, it's like, well, fair enough, I did come through it, and I am still coming through it. So I need to remember that, and YouTube helped me remember stuff like that. And it helped me on my good days, and it's helped me on my not so good days. Yeah. Hey, my mother's house is over there, past just down there, just past them new houses. In front of them new houses, you see down there, is where my mother lives. She helped me a lot, and she still does. Hey, she helped me no end through fire and stuff. It weren't easy. I'm going to quickly say, and it's got absolutely nothing to do with this vlog, but if you're a person who's proud of where you live, and you've got everything in your house, and you've got some material stuff in as well, and I know a lot of people do, and it's the castle, isn't it? It's not Conisbrough Castle, it's their castle, where they live, where they're happy, where they feel safe. Please get insurance. Please, please, please get content insurance. I did have content insurance. I really did. And it saved us. It saved a lot of stuff. And it doesn't matter. Obviously, contents are the second thing, or third thing, or fourth thing down your list. Your first one is stay safe, and everybody was safe. Fire Brigade did an amazing job. Anyway, I'm not going to bang on about that because you'd be bored to death, and that's definitely not why you've clicked on this one. So where are we, YouTube, then? We shall carry on. Cheers, everybody. If you've got to this mark, leave me a comment. What's the hardest thing you've had to deal with? Hey, are you starting a channel on YouTube? Are you a channel on YouTube? Have you found it? Tell me what your channel is in comments, and I'll check your art. Because I'm like that. I like to have a look, and I like to try and connect with as much as my audience as possible, because that's another reason why I do this. It just feels great being able to connect with people, especially all over the world. People like in Austin, Texas. Does anybody know why I'm wearing this hat? Does anybody know why I'd wear an Austin, Texas hat? Let me know. Ooh, some more bikers here, some good views. I'm getting fresh air. It's good. I like it. I've pushed me sen. Yeah, my hip's killing me, but pushing me sen. I'm going to go over this bridge and walk back, I think. I think that's what I'll do. Because I'm really against clock today. I'm really against clock. We're never going to happen this week, this one. It were never supposed to happen. Leo's not been so good, so send him your loving comments. It's not sympathy, but if you give him a shout out. My youngest son, he don't come on video unless we go to like festivals. Sharon's had a couple of challenges, so I'm supporting family and working. I've just done 2 12-hour shifts. It's not to brag about, but I'm just sort of putting picture out there as to what my workload's been like. And I realised after all that, I've got to put some content out because I've got a great idea as a follow-up, and this is why I do it. And also, am I going to get over here? Jesus, I can tell you now, there don't want to be many more of these bad boys about. And also, like I've just touched on earlier, it really helps me. And you can't support other people if you're not right yourself. And this is my time. This is my hour. Beautiful, isn't it? You forget, don't you, how nice it is. Can we see any fish? Yeah, so this is actually a throwback to my other video I did when I was talking about a stranger coming to the toilet. It's a funny one, that, isn't it? But Trans-Pennine Trail, look ahead. So you're almost seeing the other end of the Trans-Pennine Trail where I said it goes off into the village. It comes down here, Trans-Pennine Trail, and it carries on and it goes to almost like pastures, where there's Pastures Lodge, which is decent for Sunday dinner like. And then they see this path up here that goes up to my mother's. So if you ever do it Trans-Pennine, just walk up that path. I say, hey, oh, Mrs. T, get kettle on for me. I watch the sun. Can I use your toilet, Mrs. Taylor? That's another story, isn't it? That is it. Oh, look at this, another bleeder. Ah, dear. I have to cut this bit hard. God, it's windy now. Yeah. So, getting onto YouTube and picking a camera up, it really gave me that purpose, like I've just said, to tell stories. I love telling stories. Get out there, make something. Even when my hands were killing me, you know, I used to like making horror models, which I spoke about before a little bit. You can't really do it when your hands are clenched and you're dropping everything. Christ, it's windy. Let me stand this way, see if I can deflect some wind. But YouTube, you can, because if you've got to, you know, you can edit. If you drop your camera, you can edit, can't you? And carry on. And that's what I do. So it gives me that purpose. And whilst I can't always do the intricate modelling stuff I used to do, I can do YouTube, and it has given me that purpose to reconnect and relearn about myself and find myself a way. And it might sound stupid, but finding something you can do that you love is a really big thing. It's helped me so much, that it really has. I can't play it down, and yeah, it's been fantastic to be able to do something, make something, and put it out there. All right, really good. And to be able to go and talk about things, even creepy stories. I love telling stories, as you know. I love telling stories, but to have an audience and listening and commenting is wonderful. Yeah, really wonderful. So I guess that was a slight change, really, to understand how much I'd been through and to understand what meant the most to me and then to understand going forward, I can find myself with something different, doing something purposeful like this. And it's really, really been a godsend. Really has. I didn't do well at school. I really didn't. I'll tell you about that. I might as well tell you now. And I'll tell you a bit about, after that, I'll tell you about the music and why we had a #1 single. You call it single. We had a #1 track in a chart, right? Many moons ago. School, I didn't really get on with it. School, I didn't know. Not a lot did, I don't think, in 80s. There were some really clever people, but I just didn't like English. I didn't really like maths or French. I used to get told off in French for doing different accents and messing about and making people laugh. And I think that's my own insecurity because I was behind in lessons and I weren't quite up to speed with stuff like my maths and my English. So I think the protection, or how I look back, is I was trying to put a barrier up and saying, really deep down, I'm not very good at this, but if I tell you a joke, will you laugh? Because I'm not bad at that. I used to enjoy that part of it. And I left school, I was bullied a lot. I was bullied a lot at school, especially towards the end. And it spoiled the experience. I were already struggling before I was bullied. I were already struggling a lot at school. And it were hard, like. It weren't easy. And I left school in a abrupt fashion. I got to where I needed to go for my exams. Some I turned up to, some I didn't. Because I had that talk off my mum and dad saying I was in the right state worrying about my exams, a right bad state, whittling to death. Whittling to death, we say in Yorkshire, or worried to death. And it was really causing me high anxiety. And I really feel for young people today who are going through exams and stuff. And I strongly believe it doesn't have to be all about what you do on day under an exam condition. It should be more vocational. It should be more through the term, I believe, not putting everybody under the same pressure on a certain day, just so it can be easy for teachers to mark work. And it's not easy for teachers, I know. Sorry, I've never been a teacher. I've been a coach, but I've never been a teacher, so I take my hat off to you. So what I'm trying to say is, before it's too windy, Christ, and it is windy. I might have to go down this bank in here. No, I'll carry on. What I'm trying to say is this. I left school abruptly. It weren't a very good experience. But I found something strange. I had to return to school in my 20s. I had to return to school in May. I'd be about 26. And it was daunting going back to school and walking through gates as a young adult, going through places and walking into premises where you've got like a bit of trauma, probably a little bit of PTSD, and knocking on headmaster's door when you're an adult felt a bit strange because I wanted to be a fireman. Fireman! I want to be a fireman. Like League of Gentlemen, Mickey. Hey, I love League of Gentlemen. So I did. I wanted to be a fireman. I thought that'd give me purpose when I were in my 20s. And one of the things is they were asking me about... Get my teeth in. They were asking me, and obviously asking everybody, what did you do at school? What results did you get? I couldn't say I pissed off out and I didn't do my exams. I had to go and get the evidence of what I did do. And I was surprised, to be honest with you. I was surprised when I went back. One, it felt weird, what we were going to do under circumstances. And two, I'd actually done all right in some of my stuff. I'd actually passed some exams that I'd sat. And then you think about, well, what if I'd knuckled down a bit, and what if I didn't have that sort of shady experience of getting bullied, and maybe if I overcome that, what could I have achieved? And this is the thing, you see, the fear and the regret can shape you at the time. The fear especially. Not so much the regret, because you don't really regret it when you're going through it. It's not until after that you think, And then it's a lesson, isn't it? So, such is life. Everything that you do is a lesson. But what I'm trying to say with this one is, and I'm going round about in circles, I'd done better than I thought. I'd done better than I thought at school. I'd passed my drama. And I were really, really chuffed with that, because that's the kind of lesson that, suited me. You know, I liked it, telling stories and acting about, making folk laugh. And just, it just come natural. But it's probably from my mum. You know, my dad were a private person, a bit sort of shy and that. But I was surprised. And I think why it ties into this video is I turned up. And when I turned up, I did better than I thought at school. When I didn't turn up, I'd know to come. I didn't get out. So turning up is what it's taught me, to remember to turn up, like for this YouTube vlog. Against odds today, I'm going to have to be quick with editing, and apologies if it feels a bit rushed, but you can trust me in that I'm getting this sentiment out there, what I've been thinking about for over a couple of weeks, since I did my last YouTube vlog about YouTube monetization. Yeah. So weather's not too bad. It's not raining. It has been raining. We've had a couple of really hot days, haven't we, in UK? So we've done okay. I think that were a summer, weren't it? A couple of weeks ago, summer fell on a Tuesday and Wednesday in UK. That's going to be it now. That's going to be it, innit? Let me get my cap back on. Poser. He's a poser, him. Look at him with cap on. Phew, he's changed. YouTube's changed him. He's bought a cap. It's all about what he looks like. I'm not. Have you seen my teeth? Jesus. Max kicked my teeth out when I was 3. Well, I was tickling him and he said, stop. And it was funny. And he went to sort of get away and he booted my teeth out. That's my eldest lad, Max. He's on a stag do this weekend. Bless him. He's gone to Poland. So, yeah, I did try and invite my son. Told me to piss off. They're not coming with me vlogging when I'm on a stag do with my mates, which is fair enough. Cringy, innit, having a dad that vlogs. I get it. I get it. But they love it, really. I think they enjoy the purpose that I've got doing it. I think they enjoy secretly showing me stuff, how to do tech stuff that I don't know about. And they do support me a lot. I'm really lucky, and Shaz does. So, yeah. What happened with music then? Because I led with that, didn't I, in my intro? Yeah, so back in the 90s, we had an opportunity. Me and James used to DJ. So we were kind of self-taught DJs. And we did really well, considering. We put his heart and soul into it. Obviously, we worked. James was doing his antique stuff. And now we're doing I worked in a shop, retail world, doing shop hours in retail. So it's quite a long hours, isn't it? For folks that work in shops and that. I salute you. I take my cap off again, but it'll blow away. So yeah, we did it it was like a hobby, self-taught. We ended up getting on a radio station in Sheffield, pirate radio. Honestly, if I ever write a book, which I'm not saying I could because I'm crap at maths and English, and what's maths got to do with it? I don't know. But if I did, I'd love to do it on about pirate radio in the 90s. Because that we had some really good experiences and some really, really shady ones, as you can imagine. So yeah, we DJ'd, we got a set on I think it was Hardcore FM or Pitch FM, something like that. We forget, time's gone on. And we used to DJ at night. We had a slot because no one wanted a slot. It was something like 1 while 3 in the morning or something. But we connected really well. We enjoyed ourselves. We wanted to develop further. We had a couple of opportunities where we rented clubs out, DJ'd at clubs, tried that. You know what James is like, or maybe you don't fully know what he's like. I think you do. I think you've got an idea. He likes to be driven. He likes to, if he's done a video, he likes to do one better. And we were DJing. We got a slot on a local radio station. The next thing for us were, let's make some music of our own instead of DJing. So that's what we did. We went into a record, I don't know if it was not red tape, a studio, if you like. MIDI-based dance music is what we made, or what we started to make. And it was fantastic. It was absolutely... James can play piano. I don't know if he's ever told you, but he can play piano. He knows some music, he knows to read some music. He's cleverer than what he lets on, I'll be honest with you. I can't play note. I can't even play 2 keys on keyboard really. But I used to be decent at organising samples and a lot of house music, dance music in the 90s. It relied on good samples. And I used to tie in my love of film and my weird obsession with horror films, video nasties. I used to tie that in and sample old horror films and stuff. So between us we did all right, and we did lay down some tracks. And one of the tracks that we made, and you're thinking, what's this got to do with YouTube? Stick with it, stick with this, because it's not a bad story. One of the tracks we made, we submitted to online, not online, there was no internet back then, were there? Yeah, so I'm trying to think back how we did it. So yeah, we had a friend who helped us when we DJ'd, called Jack Master J. Nice lad, lovely lad. Don't know where he is today. John, Sheffield, Jack Master J, hey up. He told us about a club called Occasions, or maybe we were going anyway and we met John there, I don't know. But he got us in touch with a music maker, which was Owen, another nice lad. He's a Londoner, I think he's down south. So hey up Owen, you'll never see this video, and neither will Jack Master J. Anybody that remembers that scene in Sheffield in the 90s will definitely not have heard of us, because we were the underdogs. We were just covering people what they didn't want to do on radio, but we wanted to make some tracks. So we had made some tracks at that point, and as Dad's helped us finance a bit of it. Well, my dad, and I think James's dad did as well, yeah. Or James saved up money and I saved up money. We had a whip round essentially, that's what we did. We had a whip round and put some money to a studio, and we recorded an EP. And we sent it, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. You could submit it via sending your tape off to a PO box number, your digital audio tape, DAT, which were your master. We had a copy of that, and we sent it off with about 4 tracks on, or maybe 3 tracks on, to the Music Makers Independent Dance Chart. And that happened every Sunday. At a certain time, you'd run through tracks, what people had released. They might have been on vinyl back then. A lot of them were on vinyl, sorry. And ours, we'd not had it cut on vinyl, so it were on a cassette, right? But he's never going to play it. He's going to look at it and laugh. He don't know the hell we are. He'll not remember when we went up to him at club and went, hey up, all right, Owen, like as if we knew him. He's not going to be interested. But we sent it off anyway. And we had a brilliant night where we, me, James, his ex-wife, and Shaz, we had some drinks down at Sharon's house one summer evening, and we listened to this dance chart to see if we were anywhere near. I would expect it to be like, oh, it's coming at number 39 out of 30. And they didn't play us track. And they didn't play us track in 30s, in 20s. They didn't play it. And we got to the point where we'd supped as Bucks Fizz. And we were feeling dejected. And we were sat in the backyard thinking, oh well, at least we tried. And then, number 1, a new entry this week straight in at number 1. It were our tune. Bloody hell. Hey, we went straight back up to the shop for some more Bucks Fizz. That was champagne to us. Whoa, we're chuffing now, we've made it. Oh my God, we felt fantastic. I also remember that feeling. Jesus, we're number 1, we're number 1. Oh, it's, you might be laughing your head off at me now. He's laughing in that, isn't he? But, yeah, I'll just go back up here a bit. But I can't explain how it felt back then. It was fantastic. An achievement. And we were invited at that point then. It went down well as an independent dance track did that weren't released. So there's the caveats. It's all small, it's all relative. We weren't saying we were massive. But we got invited to Next Step. At Next Step were, can you come and meet us and talk about management? So we went to a club in Day. Has anybody ever been to a nightclub in Day that don't work there? Has anybody ever been to a nightclub or a bar that's prominently open really early hours, but you go in daytime at lights are on? It's weird. So we went to occasions and sat down and sat on these big chairs, and we had a discussion about tracks quite memorable, that potentially could be a spot for you to go on stage and do a live PA track, and that will get more sort of attention for you, and then that'll help you release this track on vinyl, get it cut, get it maybe signed to an independent artist label, and get it out there to more people. And I think it cost back then about $2,000 to make maybe 800 to 1,000 pressed 12-inch white label records. So we're talking thousands, and we're talking this would have been Next Step to get it out there to a bigger audience, not just on the independent dance chart that Sheffield tuned into every Sunday on Pirate Radio, okay? So we were blown away by that proposition. We thought it'd be absolutely, oh my God. We were pinching a sense. And I'll cut to the chase, we didn't do it. We went and had a pint and spoke about it, and both of us, I think it were both, if not, I'll take full responsibility. I think it was probably me that said, I'm not ready. No, I'm not ready for this. It's too much to get on stage. It's too much to be miming, essentially, behind a keyboard that I can't play, or a drum machine that I can barely operate. It's a bit too soon for me, all this. And yeah, whether I did or we did it collectively, we talked ourselves out of it, because then we chose, and we were only young, so I'd like to think that you could have some sort of understanding about that. Although fear drove us to that, fear of getting on stage and being crap, fear of what the next level might bring, of what if we were found out that we couldn't play as many of the instruments as what were on the track, that type of thing. We were experts, you know. We let fear control it. And it took me a while, because I did regret that after. I'll be honest with you, I did. I did regret it. I don't so much regret it because of YouTube. So it's really learnt me, YouTube, to, when you think about back to moments like that, it's not like a regret as I've missed things or I've done it wrong or what ifs. There's no real what ifs with YouTube when you're making content. It's all about, there's another chance to do that. And I'm not saying I'm gonna be suddenly ordering a keyboard and all that sort of stuff. Or am I? Midlife crises, they're hard. What's this area here? Are we back on Dagobah again? So all this here used to flood out completely. You know, we had all them floods and all water join up together and almost come. It came actually, because my house is over the back there, but it came right level to the end of our, if you like, the front of our house. And at one point we were thinking, if we get any more flood in here, we're going to be swimming to work. Yeah, so with YouTube, it's taught me to look back, but always learn as a lesson. So that's another reason it's changed me. It's helped me sort of really understand that. It's not perfect when you put a vlog out and you look back and think, oh, I made the balls of that. But hey, here's the beauty of it. Here's the beauty of what I've learned is life's not perfect. I've had my challenges this week. I've had my challenges 10 years ago. You know, don't wait for it to be perfect. If you're a new channel, I'm not trying to lecture you. I'm not trying to give you tips on a new channel because I'm a small channel, right? Who hopefully you'll keep watching, but it's never perfect. There were never the right time to break out and release that track, especially not in his 20s. But what I learnt and what I'm still learning is a bit more confidence with things. I'm learning to be a bit more confident in front of camera, a bit more confident in public, and a bit more confident knowing that not everything's perfect, nor does it have to be. I tell you what, though, it were a proper good track. It were a really good track, thinking back. Oh, if I could just remember chords. Oh my God. Midlife crisis. Has to get the teeth fixed, JT, before they buys a keyboard. Ah, that's right. DL. I need to tell you a caveat, a warning. And this is just me being real, really. You must understand this. I don't know out about YouTube, so you're all right listening to me. I'm still learning. I'm a small channel. I've watched them videos that say, watch me and you'll improve your channel. You need to tick this thing before you upload everything. You need to do it this way. You need to say this at this moment. The algorithm likes this, it likes that. I've watched them videos, me like, and it's like you sold a dream, you know. I think I've said it before. Them videos do well. Them videos do well because people want to get better, you know, they want to get better at doing what they love doing. Fair enough, and fair play to everybody who's tried this, because it opens your eyes to things. But that's not my channel. So if you've clicked on wanting polish, fantastic editing, somebody sat in a studio giving you it everything to do to get monetized or to keep going on YouTube, that's not my channel. That's not what I'm about. I thought I'd come into this whilst I'm still a small channel and show you. And I think that's probably got a lot more value, really, if you think about it, if I may say that myself, to somebody who's thinking about making a start on YouTube, or somebody who's already got a small channel. Maybe they'll see something and think, do you know what, I'm going to try that. Or maybe they'll think, he talks some balm him, but I'm glad that I can watch somebody struggling like me. Hey, I'll ring James up, bless him. He'll answer every time, even if he's shooting. He'll answer every time, he does. Or he'll ring me straight back and I'll say, hey, Jimmy, I'm thinking of doing this, this and this. He'll say, in my experience, JT, that whilst that's a good idea, I've not had a lot of luck with that. Or in my experience, because what do I know? He'll say to me, I'll gladly share it out with you, JT, but I don't know what I'm doing my sen. I'm still learning my sen. And I think that's great, you know, when you can be candid like that. And I think that's why he does so well, if I'm honest with you. It's not a secret formula. It's not that you've got to do this for algorithm and do that. It's just be yourself and realise that no, we're not doing perfection. Although I will say this, James's videos have come on a long way, and it does give me a lot of hope and inspiration, which yeah, thank you buddy if you're watching, and I know you watch my videos, I'm only joking, but you're that busy that you've got your own life, you've got your own things going off, and it's not even just YouTube. Everybody's got a life that they live as well, and the beauty is when it all comes together and you can talk about both things on camera, can't you? So yeah, if you're looking at this as a polished, I'm going to learn how YouTube will change me, it's only from my point of view, it's only from my perspective. Right. But it's important, I think that's important, because I said right from the start, I want you to come with me on this and we'll see how we go. We'll see how we go, all right. Oh, dark in here, isn't it? I bet this won't turn out. Osses. Hey, there's osses about. I was telling Simon from Wandering and Beyond about when I went on an horse at Camp Pickerford in Mallorca. Gee, the most terrifying thing that's ever happened to me is going on a horse. I thought it were only going for a trot. It took off. Jesus. Never get on an horse abroad if you don't know what you're doing. Never have I been as scared in my life. That's for another vlog. Ooh. Beautiful animals, but freak me to death. What's that got to do with this note? Hey, let me get back on track, literally, or I'm going to be home and my car's back down there. If you cobbled all my videos together, you'd probably get all this walk in. I wonder how many miles I've done. Obviously not together, but see, this is with Pennine Trail Tricks folk. See, they're going down there now. And I don't know if that's where they want to go, or if they think they've got to go. But I ain't got out to tell them because they'll enjoy exercise, won't they? Yeah, so if you've not liked this video, drop me a like, or even better, drop me a hype for this one, because I've noticed people, there's a hype button on YouTube and I'm allowed to talk about it. I didn't know if I were, but yeah, if you can drop me a hype, that'd be fantastic, because it really helps the channel grow. And I need you all, if you can, drop me a comment, let me know how far you got before you were totally bored and turned off to go and watch something more interesting. That'd be fantastic as well. I'm asking a lot, aren't I? Keep watching these videos and keep subscribing, because it gives me opportunity then to show more people and to grow my channel. Monetization weren't the be all and end of everything, but it certainly helped me when I'm making these videos, and it certainly helped when I share them as well. So thank you very much for that. I really do appreciate your time. Yeah, I just thought I'd say that cheers. Yeah, what I would say to you, and I'm not here to lecture you, and I'm no expert at all. I'm sweating though. Ooh. What I would say to anybody who wants to start a YouTube channel, and I've said it before, I'll just quickly recap. I'm a small channel, so don't take it all as me being lecturing you. I've got no business in lecturing you. I've got no business telling you how to do your channel, because who am I? Who am I? I'm just a 1 in a billion blooming channels. But start small, use your phone, man, use your phone instead of buying equipment. Don't wait for the right equipment, use your phone. You might need a mic. The most important thing, and I still get it wrong because I'm not perfect, Miss N, is the microphone. Get a microphone. You can get these little radio microphones that attach to your iPhone through Bluetooth for about 25 quid. You can even get a pair of them for about 30 quid off Amazon. Save up and get one of them, because your audio, people will live with HD or they'll live with the image that you put out there. But if they can't hear you, The audio is the most important thing. You wouldn't believe it. It really is. If you can hear clearly what someone's saying, you're halfway there. So I would say audio, use your smartphone, and then your next stage, once you've got your mic and your smartphone, the most important thing of all, hit that record button and go with it. Hit that record, do not wait. Hit that record button, get it out there. And my tip, although this isn't a tips video again, but what worked for me anyway. So what worked for me when I'd recorded and when I've put it out there, try and do one thing better next time. Try and do one thing better. Maybe you weren't happy when you fell over and you still, you went out of shot, you weren't looking directly at camera. Maybe you made some of these mistakes, maybe you're still making them. I know I am. I'm not perfect whatsoever. I'm just me, right? So try and improve one thing each time. Just one thing. Don't try and change everything. Just hit record and keep going and enjoy your sound. Enjoy your sound. Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Well, it's getting on now. I need to get this bugger uploaded, and it's Sunday. I'm actually on Sunday trying to get content out on Sunday. Where the chuff has this week gone? Bloody hell. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate you coming out with me on this Sunday stroll, listening to our YouTube. Changed me, and it has changed me. It's made me remember things, that I can enjoy making stories and sharing with people. That it's not all about money, monetization, although that does help. Of course it does. The connection with people is the most important thing. That turning up is the most important thing. And keeping it real, keeping going and keeping turning up has really helped. Looking back, it's really, really helped me and give me a lot of purpose. So changed me to remember that I can still do all that. It's been fantastic. So thank you everybody for watching. Thank you YouTube, fantastic platform. And yeah, drop me a comment. I'd love to see it. What are you going to be planning next? Are you a channel that's just starting? Are you thinking about starting? What is it that puts you off? Put it in comments. And I'm no expert, but maybe there's an expert in there that can help you, or somebody who's a bit further forward than myself that can just jump in and go, that's great. Have you considered this, this and this? So I don't want to be the one that tells you how to do it. All I will tell you is, you just go for it. Thanks ever so much for watching. I really appreciate everybody that watches these videos. And if you've got to the end, drop me a comment saying I got right to the end of this one, JT. It really does help. I've had a challenging week, but so have you. So has everybody. I've had a challenging week with some family commitments. I'm wishing my son all the best because he's got a bit of a challenge on at the minute with his back and his legs. So I wish him all the best. You can do it, Leo. I wish Shaz has had a challenging week. I love my family to bits. I love you, Sharon. I love everybody. So yeah, have a good one. Stay safe and have a fantastic weekend. And the weather is just the weather, isn't it? You can't rely on this bugger. Now. See you later.